Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 6. So to start out, most of my finished objects are pretty small. I have one larger one, and then all my whips are basically the same as I showed you last time, just have made some progress. So first I'm going to show you, I made some row counters using the tutorial by Ryan from the Yarn Hag Ryan. And just from random beads that I already had in my stash. So here's my first one, just pinks and reds. So the idea is to keep track of your rows as you're crocheting. You move a bead down for each row. So there's that one. And I think I did 12 beads on this one. I didn't make it very long because I personally don't make projects that you have to keep track of exactly how many rows you're doing over and over and over, like big huge repeat rows or anything like that. So I didn't feel like I needed anything huge, but I did make one bigger one, and this one has 24. And for this one I did kind of use her idea of using a green one for the start, and then I used pink for this top, like green for go and red for stop, but pink instead of red. So yeah, this one has a little clip on it. It's from a lanyard that I used to have that broke. But so there's those. So while I was going through my beads, looking for beads, I found some that matched my girls' Easter dresses pretty well. So I decided to make me a necklace, and I like doing these seed bead crochet necklaces a lot. I just haven't done any in a while. So here's the one I made for me. It's 3 layers, and I'll show you their dress too so you can see the colors of that. So it's kind of like a light peach and corally colors. So the beads kind of match the color down here a little better than the color up here. But so the way I make these, I kind of, each time I make a necklace, I kind of just wing it depending on how I like how it's going or whatever. So for the most part, I use crochet thread. My mom gave me this ginormous one. I also use nylon thread that comes in little spools. And this is a 2mm hook. And all you do is you just, I use a beading needle to get all the beads on the string first, and then you just do chains. So this one I did 5 chains in between each bead, just all the way around and around and around. So there's that one. And then I had those out, and my daughters decided they wanted some too to go with their dresses. So my 2-year-old picked the same beads that I had in the same string, so white with pink. And so hers, I did sets of 3 beads at a time, and then I think 5 chains in between each one. I did mess up somewhere in here. I did a set of 1 on accident, but oh well. And then my other daughter, I had a kind of corally pink string. It's a little more orange than her dress, but she didn't really care. And then the white beads, and these beads are a little bit smaller. So hers, I did sets of 3 and then 1 and then 3 and then 1 with only a few chains in between each section. So yeah, there's those ones. If I can focus a little bit, there we go. So I really like doing these beads or necklaces, but like I said, I hadn't done it in a while, so I thought I'd show you how I do them. Okay, so my last finished object is one of the shirts that I was making for my 2-year-old using Darla from the Crafty Yarn Owls pattern. And I'll show you that. Oops, got a fuzzy on it. Okay. So here is her shirt. I did add the sleeves, and then it wasn't long enough. I mentioned that it wasn't long enough, and I added a little bit, and then I weaved in ends, and then I decided I wanted it even longer, so I added more. I just put a V-stitch into the end of each row, which was maybe too mini because it made more of a ruffle out. I don't know if you can tell, but this is a little bit wider than the main body. So I think for a little girl 2-year-old shirt, I think that's fine. I think it's cute. I might decide to frog it and take a few of those V-stitches out and just redo this bottom part. But for now, I think it's okay. If it was mine or my 6-year-olds, I might just make sure it was just straight down. But it's fine for hers. Okay, so that's all my finished objects. So for my works in progress, 2 of them are other shirts that we're making. So my 6-year-old shirt is to this point. So I've tried it on her and marked where the armholes need to go, but I do need to sew up the sides and then add the sleeves. And hers seems long enough on her that I won't have to add any extra length. I was trying to decide I might want to do just like a row of single crochets or something on the bottom just to kind of have a more finished edge, but I might not do that. I haven't decided. And these are all made with Caron cotton cakes. I don't have the ball bands with me because they keep breaking off to tell you the colors. But, and then mine, if I can get it untangled from the yarn band, is about halfway done. So I've done the head hole, or the neckline, I guess you could call it, and a few extra rows. I did try it on just because I didn't know how big my neck hole needed to be. I didn't want it too deep. And just to make sure, see how long it was. I mentioned in my last video that I did want it to be extra long, and it is. It's a little longer than I had planned, but I think that's okay. I'd rather it be too long than too short. So this one is definitely time consuming. It's a lot bigger than the girls' one, so it's going a little slow. So, and then I have one new whip that I started. I can only do so many V-stitches in a row before getting a little tired of that particular stitch. I have to mix things up a little bit, so 3 projects with one same stitch. I needed to start a new project. So I had toyed with this idea before Easter of making myself a skirt or something to match my girls' Easter dresses. I kind of wanted to be able to wear them and match together, and I never did. I didn't have time, and I didn't have a pattern or yarn that I liked. But I saw somebody on Instagram was using a color of Bernat Softy Baby called Soft Peach. So here's that. And so I got some, I ordered some from my Joann's just to pick up. And so I started making a skirt using a pattern from Siren's Crochet, I think is how you say it. It's like a chevron skirt. And I really like hers, but hers is made with like a 1 or a 2 weight, and this is a 3 weight. I didn't get very far because I don't know if I want to continue on it. I was having I've never worked with this yarn before, so it's a little fuzzier than I'd like for a skirt. I mean, it's soft, but it was splitting, it was causing me all sorts of problems. And then if you can see like the gaps here, there's supposed to be gaps, but I feel like they're just not. They were bugging me. I didn't want to go down to hook size though, because I still want there to be drape. So I haven't decided if I wanted to continue on that. But then I realized I have a yarn that actually might match their dresses already. And it's another Caron cotton cake. I bought this at the end of last summer. I think it was clearanced from Michael's. And this is the watermelon color. And at first I didn't think it would match. It's a little darker. But I was looking at their dress, and like this ribbon part is a little bit darker than the other pieces. And so I was like, well, that might actually go together. It's pretty close, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the same pattern. I'm not going to frog that one yet. I'm going to start it with this and see how I like it. and go from there. I've never made a skirt, so I've actually never worn anything to wear, so this is all these shirts and this skirt idea is all pretty new to me. So we're just kind of making it up as we go. So that's my plan for this. I'm going to try, I had originally bought it to make a top of some sort with no pattern exactly in mind, just I thought it would be nice for a top. So yep, there's that. Now I don't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, so that's all my projects this week. It's nice and short because I've been just working on those long projects. Just being busy with the kids and everything, being home. And yeah. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for stopping by and subscribing. And until next time, goodbye.